The following program is produced by the Tech Talk Radio Network.
Hey, this is Harold Perrineau, and you're listening to the Geeks on the Radio, Tech Talk Radio.
Welcome to another episode of Tech Talk Radio. I'm Justin Lemmy.
I'm Sean DeWeird.
And I'm Andy Taylor. Thank you for joining us for the latest in technology.
Dude, there's been a lot that's happened.
There really has. And I've been working on different projects, trying to keep busy on that. And Sean, I know that you have been up to your eyeballs.
Beyond insanely busy with sports. This past Saturday, we had 5 total shows covering 4 different events.
How do you focus? How do you concentrate?
Well, we have the duty split. Like my main focus is hockey, and one of my other coworkers' his main focus is basketball.
It's amazing. He sends me the pictures from the control room. And I'm like, oh my gosh, look at all those monitors.
I'll send it to you. You can put it on the web.
Yeah, it's amazing. Do you ever get flustered?
Oh yeah,
with all those TVs.
But it's great in our facility. We have the ability to customize our multi-viewers and stuff. So I was able to keep track of all. The viewer that I said you had, the other 3 control rooms that I could see, so I could see what was going on in those control rooms too. So
now this goes out over a streaming. Is it a streaming service?
So the lacrosse games were on the ACC Network Digital, so part of the ACC Network platform with ESPN. Those were digital games. The basketball game was ESPN2, and the hockey game was on Peacock.
So now, if our listeners are from that area, maybe they went to Notre Dame, and and they want to watch the sports, they can do that. They can actually watch some of the stuff you're doing.
So any of our games that are on, so like our. It depends, right? You have basketball, a lot of our Olympic sports, so basketball, fencing, track and field, volleyball, those types of things are all ACC. We're part of the ACC conference.
Right.
For hockey, we're part of the Big Ten.
That's kind of weird.
and NBC owns our hockey rights.
Oh, that's why they put it on Peacock.
Well, we were on NBCSN and then the regional NBC sports networks, but NBCSN went away at the end of 2021. December 31st, 2021 at 11:59:59. NBCSN went off the air.
All over the nation. There is no more NBCSN.
There is no more NBCSN. Period.
Wow.
Oh,
okay, I did not know that.
They rolled all that content either to the USA Network
or Peacock.
to Peacock.
Wow. Now, so if you guys had to eliminate one streaming service.
Ooh.
All right.
Well, I guess first off, you'd ask us which ones we have.
Oh, okay. So which ones do you have, Justin?
What I have, I pay for Netflix, Amazon Prime, and my buddy forgot to log himself out of HBO Max. So I got those. Peacock. I got Peacock. Peacock.
What about Hulu?
No, I canceled Hulu because I was on Verizon. So remember, I was on Verizon, right? And I got the Disney Plus bundle with Verizon. So I got Disney Plus, I got the Hulu and whatever, and I got it for free with Verizon. Right. But since I switched to Google Fi, I don't get that anymore. So, and I do have Disney Plus. So
I was going to say, how could you go without Disney Plus?
No, we do have Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So so I pay for those, and then like I said, my buddy's got his HBO Max that he forgot to log out of, quote unquote. If I were to give up one of those,
which one would it be?
Oh gosh, I'd have to say HBO Max.
Yeah,
I mean, because I just don't use it. I used it for John Oliver, but he puts all of his stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
So I don't really need to see the rest of the episode. I just want to see the big parts.
Right.
And Peacock, I'm getting it for free for a year because of American Express. So yeah, otherwise, and Peacock's got Yellowstone.
Well, what about Paramount? So you don't have Paramount because that's where Yellowstone is, right?
No, it's Peacock.
I thought it was on Paramount. 1883 and Yellowstone, all on the Paramount network.
It's on Peacock.
Okay.
Which is, you're right. I thought they were, but
I think they cross over. They
must have, because I can get it on Peacock.
Now, Sean, what about you? If you had, which ones do you have?
So let me go down the list. So we have Netflix, we have Amazon Prime, we've got Apple TV, we've got Disney Plus with the bundle. So we pay $12.99 a month to get Disney Plus, Hulu TV, and ESPN Plus. Yeah, I think that's it.
If you had to get rid of one,
we don't have HBO Max.
Yeah.
Apple TV, 100% would be the one to go right away.
Apple's been doing some.
Wait, you're talking about Apple TV, the hardware? You're talking about Apple TV, the service, like
the service for Apple TV.
Yeah.
I love our Apple TV. We cast to it all the time with our laptops.
Okay.
Yeah, because they have a new show on there called Severance, which looks really trippy. And I've been thinking it, but I don't have. That's the one of the services that don't.
We got an Apple TV, so we got 3 months of Apple TV for free.
Oh, okay.
And of course, you have to put in a credit. So of course, it renewed for a month, and then again we forgot, so it just renewed again. So that'll probably be the one to go when we remember to cancel it. Actually, I think I might have already canceled it because I got mad when I saw the email. But we were watching. The only show we really cared about on Apple TV was Ted Lasso.
Ooh, yeah, good show.
Which is a good show.
Wait, can you only get that on Apple?
Yeah,
it's only on Apple TV. Apple TV would probably be the one to go. If next, it would probably be reducing Disney Plus to just Disney Plus and not Hulu and ESPN Plus.
Yeah,
because ESPN Plus doesn't carry everything on ESPN, right? It only carries whatever's on ESPN Plus.
Yep.
So if I can't watch our games on ESPN Plus because they're part of the ACC Network Extra, which is their ACC Network streaming platform.
It's not even just that. It's also the fact that you have to have a cable or satellite subscription to watch the main ESPN, ESPN2, or like the main 4 ESPN channels. You still have to have a cable subscription, which is ridiculous. If I'm paying you money to stream your content every month, what is Disney Plus? $14.99 a month for the package for the Hulu and ESPN?
Yeah, I think it's around that.
Or 14 or 19, whatever. I'm paying you money. Why do I need to have a cable subscription too? That's so stupid.
Yeah. See, now I've got the full cable experience, so I got the the cable box and the whole bit, and you get the apps with it. So like I found I can watch some shows in the East Coast time, which is more convenient, so I don't have to stay up so late. Like I've got Amazon, Paramount, Peacock, Disney Plus, Hulu.
Oh my gosh! And cable.
Yeah, and cable. It's crazy,
bro. You could buy a new car if you cancel half of those.
Netflix, a whole bit. I have found though lately I've been watching more Hulu because Hulu is like it gives me the ability to watch shows that I missed.
Do you have the ad-free Hulu or the ad-supported?
No, I've got
Hulu?
the ad-supported, which I don't mind.
See, now I have a small problem with the ad-supported Hulu, right? All other streaming services, when you watch an ad, it usually rotates. There's something else. On Hulu, it's the same 4 ads for like an entire day. No matter what program you watch, it's the same 4 ads.
I do tend to watch that more. The one I really don't watch too much of is Amazon Prime. I mean, I know they put out stuff. I do watch Mrs. Maisel. I haven't gotten back into this.
Man in the High Castle.
No, I haven't watched that. You told me to watch that one.
God.
But then the other hard one would be Disney, because Disney, for Star Wars fans, Disney keeps introducing, Marvel, Star Wars, National Geographic, Pixar. Disney's got the new Obi-Wan Kenobi with Darth Vader going to be back in it,
and the Book of Boba Fett.
Did you watch it?
No, I have not. No.
You didn't watch it?
No, we did not watch it. But I can tell you what we did watch on Disney Plus for the 17th time, Encanto.
See, you're too young to know the pain that us parents went through when we had VCRs. Not DVDs, VCRs. You put a VCR tape in, and your kids would want to watch it again. You had to rewind it,
and every time you watched it got a little bit worse.
What you don't deal with now is the vault. Disney would take movies out of rotation.
No, they still do that.
You couldn't rent them. You couldn't buy them.
They still do that.
But everything is on.
Most everything is there.
No. There are some of the classics that are not on Disney Plus. They have taken a couple of the classics out. I can't remember which ones off the top of my head, but they have taken them off the streaming. You cannot. They're doing the same thing they always do, except now it's just digital. It's a lot easier for them to just remove that out of the database on the computer to be like, hey, we're not going to advertise this anymore. And nobody gets it because nobody buys DVDs anymore or Blu-rays. Well, maybe a few people, but
I kind of wonder because I like Netflix as well. But Netflix is doing this whole price increase thing, and I kind of wonder how many people are going to say, oh, that's it, I'm out.
I don't watch Netflix all that often. Sean, do you watch a lot of Netflix?
I think it's probably the one I watch the most.
Okay. I don't watch a lot, but I don't care about the price increase. I'm like, whatever. If I want to watch something, I'll watch it, but I probably could trim down a few things. I think I could get rid of, obviously, I told you, the HBO Max. If I were to pick one that I paid for, I'd probably say Netflix.
Yeah, HBO Max is one that I could get. I don't care. Now, Sean, you didn't answer. Did you watch the Book of Boba Fett?
No.
Oh, you guys missed out. The last 2 episodes bring back a good friend.
Okay.
Couple
Well,
actually,
it
three of them.
It got spoiled for me. So
Well, I don't want to spoil.
No. I don't know. I don't know. But I here's my problem. I did not watch it because I heard the Book of Boba Fett was, I don't know, how do I say this? Just horrible.
Without spoil.
Well, it was horrible.
It was rough.
Horrible compared. Oh, just for the first couple.
The first few episodes were rough, but the last three got really good.
Okay.
And I think, if you're a big Star Wars fan like we are, I think we'll like it.
I'll watch it. I've been watching Yellowstone, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
And I also watched on Peacock. This is my favorite during the Olympics. I watched Rock Stars, and it was actually about the men's curling team, the U.S. men's curling team, because they throw rocks.
Yeah.
Right. The stones
the Rock Stars.
Are rocks. Yeah. So it was all about their life, and it was like a 3 or 4 episode mini documentary about them. So I watched that on Peacock. That was pretty cool too.
Yeah, Peacock streaming service is actually pretty good. They do a lot of.
I like the Peacock content. I hate their streaming platform. They don't have the rewind 10-second or fast forward 10-second. All they have is just straight up scrubbing left or right, rewind or fast forward. And
for a period of time, they didn't even have resume where you left off.
Yeah, that's right.
So they're not using a good technology when it comes to streaming. Like, where is the rewind 10-second? That is probably one of the most important things for streaming, because when you want to rewind something, chances are you want to just rewind the last 10 seconds because you just missed what they said. Instead, I have to hit that rewind button, and now all of a sudden I'm 2 minutes and 33 seconds in the past.
The crazy thing about it, I saw a study that says that where people are getting their content from when it comes to entertainment is still YouTube. People are still going onto YouTube. They're still watching. I saw a show the other day. I want to say it's called Crazy Eights, that is produced with a smartphone. It airs on YouTube. Over 500,000 subscribers to this YouTube channel for this family in Arizona that is huge. They're foster families. And every day, like in one day, they put up an episode. In one day, they had 170,000 views. For the people that are putting that out, that can generate some money for them.
Yeah.
But also, people are still jumping onto YouTube and watching shows.
I watch YouTube all the time.
There's a lot of content.
Can I just say this? This literally just hit me right now at this moment when we were talking about this. Could you imagine if we could hear ourselves right now 20 years ago talking about what we're talking right now? This is crazy. We're talking about streaming. We're talking about scrubbing. We're talking about 10-second rewind, fast forward. We're talking about HBO Max. What the heck? What is Netflix?
Right.
Could you imagine us listening to this show 20 years ago?
So Caitlin and I, right before we started the show, we've been watching old movies.
Like how old?
Last night we watched Gremlins.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
That's a good old. That's
80,
good old.
1983.
Tonight we watched The Mighty Ducks. So at the end of Mighty Ducks, he gets on a bus because he's going to go and train with the minor league hockey teams, right? And he's like, "Oh, I'll call you when I get there." And I was like, "Wow, that's weird, not being able to text somebody while you're in a car driving somewhere."
Yep.
And then it's like, wait, when was the first text message sent? 1992.
92. Are you kidding me? Really? That's it?
Now, it wasn't widely adopted until 1999. And then by 2002, it was like somewhere in the range of 250 or 300 million text messages a day.
Do you remember trying to text on your flip phone?
I used to be really good at that in Japan. I'd have to email my wife, which at the time was my girlfriend. We didn't have text message. I had to email her using the 9-key system.
So that's even worse.
I didn't even have a keyboard. I had to do the 9-key. So I was like 555, having to type those numbers over and over to get the word that I want to make.
Honestly, I think about it sometimes, and I think our kids have no idea of the struggles we had with technology. I was watching a show on Reels the other day. They were talking about Gilligan's Island, and they were talking about the Brady Bunch, and you could always tell back then, and I think, Shawn, you mentioned this not long ago, because those shows you didn't watch taped. Those shows you watched live. Live via tape, but you would watch it on your television, and that was it. It was gone. If you missed it, you missed it. I Love Lucy was the first show to integrate reruns. Desi Lou was a massively amazing company with Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz that kind of brought up that, because the first season people didn't see it, and so not everybody saw it. So the second season they integrated bringing back clips, doing clip shows. Do you remember when? So that way Lucille Ball could deal with the pregnancies that she was going through. And it was really amazing to see. And they said the same thing, in these moments on television, the water pressure would go down because everybody was using the lavatory during the commercial breaks.
Yep.
And
they say that during the Super Bowl.
I remember the first VCR that our family bought that was huge. And then, they started streamlining it. And then suddenly you had the first DVRs when those came out. They weren't that
TiVo.
amazing. Yeah, TiVo and all. And now we got streaming. So you really, you can pick up anything you want. I had a guy in the studio the other day who was a UFC wrestler and goes way back. I didn't know anything about him. So my buddy says, pull up the website. So I go up and I go online and I watch a fight of this guy from Japan, as a matter of fact. Don Fry, he's a local guy. He's from Tucson. And it was like, I was able, but that's how it is. I would never have been able to do that 10 years ago.
Exactly.
15 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to just pull it up and see who's this guy.
It's
now
crazy.
You've got everything at your fingertips to do it.
And imagine what's going to be like in the next 20 years.
Gosh, well, is it going to change that much? What changes could we make?
You could, rewind yourself back to the year 2000 right now. You would have asked yourself that exact same question back then. What kind of changes could we even make? You can't even imagine what we could do. Technology is going, Shawn, tenfold?
It's absurd how fast it's going, right? You think we're at the bleeding edge of technology now, and in 10 years...
We think we are.
Yeah, we think we are.
We can see shows before they're even made.
Before the actor has even accepted the role.
Or, we could put together our own using, think about how far they came with deep fakes. Suddenly it's like, you could pay to have a character and make your own movie.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Andy, you just blew my mind right there.
Imagine that.
So I could have a movie with Tom Cruise, Seth Rogen, and Robert Downey Jr. at the same time?
Yeah, and create your own film.
In my own mind?
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be able to create it right there.
dream.
You write the script. I want to see this movie. And then next thing you know, you make the movie.
You know what? We should form that movie studio. We could call it, hold on. We could call it DreamWorks. Oh, wait, hold on.
I think it's taken. Yeah.
Dang it.
That is taken.
Well, then I guess there goes that idea.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so streaming entertainment, it's certainly changed. A lot of people always wonder, also many people wonder, how do I get it? How do they're listening to this going, okay, you guys are talking about all this.
First off, you need to have an internet connection.
Got to have a net connection, right? And the other thing is, what kind of hardware do I need? So TV.
Well, obviously,
right?
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV Stick, the new Chromecast.
Mm-hmm.
The new Chromecast can do, I think, Hulu and Amazon Prime and things like that.
Roku.
Roku. Yep,
Roku's doing. So for people who are on a budget and maybe they don't want to get Disney Plus and all that, but they want to have access to programming, they can do that with Roku because Roku gives you individualized channels that you can watch all kinds of stuff on.
Well,
they just added 25 channels just last month. You want to watch old Bob Villa episodes, old cartoons, Bob Barker game shows, The Price is Right.
Yep.
You could watch all the old Bob Barker shows. So I mean, they're doing all kinds of things now.
That's good, but also keep in mind, Plex is also doing the same thing. Now, people think that, you get the Plex app, I got to have a media server, right? I got to have my own content that I want to. No, you don't. Plex now, if you sign up for, I don't know if you get it with the free. I think you do. But even with the paid, you get access to Plex TV, which is, I think it's 45 or 60 channels, just like you were describing. If you want to watch old Bob Hope videos, there's a channel for that. You want to watch spaghetti westerns, there's a channel for that. And it doesn't cost you a dime.
TiVo has a streamer as well that gives you access to a lot of different channels, as well as Crackle, Tubi. Some of these services are free where you can watch movies.
They're all ad supported.
Yeah, so you're going to get the ads, but I don't think you really mind if you want to break away from the networks or you don't have cable.
Yeah, if you want to save money. I mean, again, look at my earlier point. Think of what we're talking about right now, where we're like, oh my God, I gotta watch an ad. Back in the
we're
early
being
2000s,
fed ads every day.
No, I'm saying is back in the year 2000, you're like, wait, hold up, you guys get the option to skip ads in the future? Going back, this is how far we've come and how much we have been adapted to the current situation where, wait, hold up, I can skip ads? I can pay to not have ads? Like, but going back to like the early 2000s or 1990s, you didn't have that option.
No, you didn't. I would love to hear from our listeners. If you're listening, you can drop us an email, techguys@techtalkradio.com, or even hit up our Facebook page. Let us know what you watch. What is the streaming service you watch more than anything? Yep. Maybe, not network television, not cable. What do you stream when you're watching something? I would really love to know. Now, we had a question actually earlier this week from Helen, who got herself, she has a TV. It's kind of a smart TV. She wants to connect her phone to her television. She got a Samsung A20, but she wants to watch the content from her phone on her TV. But
Cast.
She does not have Wi-Fi. Is it possible?
Sorry. Nope.
What about Miracast? Would that work?
What?
Is there an ad hoc connection?
No.
That she could do? So she has to bridge
the
off Wi-Fi?
only way you could do it is if you bought the adapter that takes HDMI off your phone and puts it on your TV.
So she'd have to plug it into an HDMI device and stream it to the HDMI on the television.
No, like my Apple phone, I have a HDMI dongle that I plug into the lightning port.
Of course there's a dongle.
Well, yeah, it has to be. But that gives me HDMI and USB-C, and I just plug that into my TV, and it shows me my screen on the phone. If I go into an app and I flip it sideways, it then makes a full screen on my TV.
Okay, so she'd then be able to use her smartphone to watch the content on her television.
Yeah, but then whatever you're showing on your phone is what you're seeing on the TV. So you can't.
So you can't be texting and watching a movie at the same time.
While you're watching a show, because that would show up on your TV as what you're doing on your phone.
Miracast.
It's literally mirroring your phone.
Right.
But the thing is, if you don't have an Apple phone, like let's say you Android or whatever, you can't just do that same thing because the TV does not give you an ad hoc network to connect to. The TV connects to Wi-Fi, so does the Amazon Fire TV stick, so does the Apple TV, so does the Chromecast. They connect to their Wi-Fi, and then your phone has to connect to Wi-Fi. So in my book, if you don't have an Apple, you're not going to do it.
Well, couldn't you connect directly to an Android television?
No.
An Android-based TV?
No, because those TVs usually do not support ad hoc.
All right.
Ad hoc means you connected directly to the device. What I'm talking about is they have to have the Wi-Fi
bridge,
router,
like a bridge, yeah.
Yeah, so they both connect to the Wi-Fi and they communicate through the Wi-Fi. Most TVs and devices don't do an ad hoc network where you can connect directly to the...
So the best thing to do for her is going to be a cable directly to the HDMI? Again, she's got a Samsung.
What's the purpose of her not having Wi-Fi? Is she limited because of the building?
No, she doesn't want it.
Well,
that's what she said. Yeah.
This is 2022. You kind of need it.
Buy Blu-rays and DVDs.
Yeah,
there you go.
Sorry.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We've got more for you with Tech Talk Radio.
You can find us on the web at techtalkradio.com. We'll be right back.
And now, back to Tech Talk Radio.
I wanted to go over some stuff that I showed on television this past week. That
hold on, Andy. If I may, can I just geek out for a moment?
Okay.
I mean, just forget the tech segment.
But
all right.
Okay.
Okay. Just give me like 3 minutes. I have something on my chest I have to talk about.
All right. The floor is yours.
Elden Ring.
The heck is that? The new doorbell chime?
You know what? That's actually a good name for a doorbell. No, Elden Ring. It does sound like an actual
delivers
product.
Grandparents to your door. Need some cheering up? Elden Ring.
We bring you the grand folks. I like it.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
So Elden
it's not Elder Ring. It's Elden.
Elden Ring. Okay. Elden Ring. Yeah, it's a new game that came out, and it's been very highly. And Shawn, you've heard of this, right?
Oh yeah, I've been following it. I don't have the time or the energy to invest in a game like that right now.
What is it all about?
Okay, so I bought it. So it is a single player classic RPG, but it's presented in a style of like Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Okay.
So you're kind of a third person, bird over the shoulder type of thing. It's not bird's eye view, but it's kind of bird over the shoulder. Anyway, it's an RPG, but it's single player.
Now, for our listeners that served, they may not know it's not a rocket propelled grenade. That means role playing game.
Yes, role playing game. It kind of it takes place in a fantasy land. But here's the thing: it was designed by the company that made the very classic video game series called Dark Souls. But Dark Souls was a game where you only had one. Shawn, can you explain Dark Souls?
Dark Souls was just it was considered to be one of the hardest games in existence.
Really?
Outside of the Lion King on Super Nintendo.
Because you only had one life, right?
Yeah, you could play it in hardcore mode. There are games that you can play it in hardcore mode or not, but it's more fun when you play in hardcore mode because you have to make the right decisions. You have to play
so if your character dies, you've got to go out and buy a new game?
You start over.
Oh, okay.
You just start over.
Right.
Yeah, no. No, it doesn't like destruct the game. This isn't Mission Impossible, Andy. No, but with Elden Ring, it's kind of the same thing because combat in the game is very paramount. You have to know. You can't just walk into an enemy and just start hitting the button to slash your sword or to cast that fire spell or whatever. You have to really know when is the right time. You have to know when to dodge, duck, dive, dip, and dodge.
Really?
It's a reference to Dodgeball, the movie, if you didn't get that. But you do. You really have to know when the perfect time to attack is, when the perfect time to parry. And so if you don't, you will die. But the thing is you don't die and your character gets reset. You have to restart from the last place you checked in at. But then you have to run back to your corpse, if you will, and pick up all of your items before you die again. Because if you die again, you lose everything that you just lost on your first character.
Oh, that's cheery.
Oh, yeah. But so the game is really, really difficult, but it is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, everything about the game.
Are there any streamers that are, playing
Every
this?
streamer right now is playing this. Every major streamer.
It's big.
It's huge. But the game itself is beautiful in terms of the graphics, the controls, the menus, the sound, I already said the gameplay, really. Everything is perfect. That's why every single magazine, every single web magazine, every reviewer out there has given this game a 10 out of 10. It is the magnum opus of video games.
Now, this is not a multiplayer. This is single player?
So it's single player, but when you get to the point where you need a boss fight, you can submit this little request to bring in up to 4 real players in real time to help you. Because each player is playing their own game, but then at that moment, you all come together to take on the boss. And then you just go your separate ways.
Who puts this one out?
The company is called From Software, and it's available on PC, PS4, and then you got the PS5, and then the Xbox Series X or S version. So it's $59.99. The console version is doing better than the PC version. Steam, for some reason, they're having some problems with the client on Steam, so I would say maybe give it a wait a little bit on the PC version. But I bought it on the Xbox because I found out that I can stream my Xbox to my tablet. When I'm over at the local brewery, I can bring my Xbox controller, turn on my tablet, and I can stream my Xbox to my tablet and play games. Great game. If you're into RPGs, it's probably the best RPG ever made.
And now, for somebody who doesn't game a lot, maybe they hear this, they think, "Oh, I want to go try that." Ethel?
No,
not
at all. No. If you do
This is not a game for somebody who it should not be your first foray into video games.
Oh God, no! If this was your first,
you need to play like Super Mario Brothers.
Okay,
something that's easy and cartoony. This is bloody. It's gory. It's
difficult.
Not horror, but it's a fantasy horror, really. It's
fantasy
it's medieval,
horror.
you swords, shields,
but
flame,
it's difficult.
fireballs.
Going back to Andy's earlier analogy, this would be like if you've never driven a car and the very first car you drove was a Ferrari.
And so you could download this to your PC and play it.
You can, or the Xbox,
or
the PlayStation.
Right. Okay, good.
It's
now,
a great game.
A big question for you, Justin.
Yeah.
Since you have the T248, And I will tell you, I'm just going to tell you.
Oh, the steering wheel thing. Yeah.
My buddy from Thrustmaster reached out to me.
Oh, my.
And wanted to know. Dude, wanted to know.
Don't do this to me, Andy. Don't do this to me.
Wanted to know if I would like to cover the T248. And I kind of snickered a little because I knew
Shawn wants it.
I knew this is just going to drive Justin up the river. But the thing is, for the PlayStation, I don't have a PlayStation.
That's the model I have, is the PlayStation model.
That's the one he's sending me.
Yeah.
But he said he's sending it in anticipation for the biggest driving game to be coming out on the 7th, which I believe
March?
I believe it's Gran Turismo, a brand new one.
Oh, for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
See, I don't have a PlayStation, so I can't do that. Okay.
Oh, okay. Wait, but you have the PlayStation wheel?
Yes, because it works with PC.
Oh, it does. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought.
Yeah.
I thought. Well, I'm going to get a chance to play with this for a couple of weeks and send it back, and I'm not going to be able to enjoy it.
No,
so I will.
Send it to Shawn. Shawn has a PlayStation.
Shawn, you want to review it?
I have a PS4.
Oh, well, that would work then. All right, so I'll look at it and I'll show it on TV and maybe get a little fun out of it. But Shawn will you'll get another look at it.
But
Justin
maybe
and I can play game. We can drive it against each other.
Yeah,
exactly. We can do some BeamNG drive or something like that.
I'm totally.
Yeah,
Well,
and then we can actually give our own perspective on the steering wheel and see, what we each think of it.
Yeah, but
I'll even do it. Use it for VR.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, now that would be kind of cool. I didn't know you could combine those.
Yeah, you can.
So you don't have to pretend you got a wheel. You actually would have a wheel.
I played iRacing with VR one time.
How'd that go?
Yeah, I said one time.
All right, I do want to show you guys something, and I'm sure we'll talk more about games too. I did a segment last week, and I was online, and I was like on Amazon. I was looking, and I thought, you know what? Something I've always wanted to show. Blackmagic Design never sent it to us. They said they were going to, so we'd be able to review it. We did an interview with them, the whole bit, the ATEM Mini. And now,
Shawn, this is your forte.
Yeah, and now the ATEM Mini is available. Because during the pandemic, Shawn, didn't the price go up like crazy for them?
Yeah, so I bought mine in like January of 2020.
Right.
Because they just released it, and I was like, "This is amazing, right? This is perfect." I bought it in January 2020. It was $395.
Mm-hmm.
For they only had one model at the time. Now they've got several, but then the pandemic hit, and everybody went virtual. All the broadcasting studios, television studios, churches, you name it, were trying to do multi-camera productions, and they had nothing to do it with.
Yep.
And then people were like, "Hey, this ATEM Mini thing's legit." And then the prices were up into the $700.
Supply and demand, my friend.
Well, now I picked mine up for $295.
Yeah.
And then I got it in, but then I saw it's all HDMI. I thought they were USB, but it's all HDMI connections. There is a USB connection that will replicate a webcam, so that way you can stream live onto Facebook, YouTube, and whatnot.
This call is being brought to you by a Blackmagic ATEM Mini for me.
Yep.
And the GoPro looks. You've got a GoPro connected to it. So this you can help me with this though. So I have a customer that is doing a memorial service. 100 people going to be a part of this service virtually. They want to do it on Zoom. They've been told by Zoom that they're going to be granting them the minutes beyond 40 minutes for it. Would they want to do, if they've got 100 people that are going to be connecting and being a part, not just watching this, being a part of this service, would they want to do a webinar, or would they want to do just a Zoom video call?
So if they want to be a part of it and actually engage and talk at some point, it has to be a regular Zoom call. A webinar doesn't allow the participants to talk. A webinar is just you're joined, people can see your video, and I think you can like raise your hand and you can pick and choose people to talk. But a Zoom call would be easier.
Right.
Yeah.
Now what's the most?
Webinar is easier to manage that many people.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What's the most that you can have on a Zoom call?
Ooh,
you pay for the more people you have. I think it's up to 1,000.
Yeah.
So if she had, but now we're gonna do two 55-inch monitors. Can you split the Zoom signal so that you have 50 over here and 50 over there?
No.
Or basically
no. So you're limited on, if I remember correctly, you're limited to the number of viewers you can see based on the processing power of your computer. If you go into your settings on Zoom,
right,
it'll tell you can only see 19 participants or 20 participants.
Does it switch them out based on who's talking?
So there's a lot of configuration you can do. You can set it up so it active speaker takes priority. So if I'm talking, my face is up. If Andy starts talking, his face will pop up. Or you can spotlight people, or you can pin people. Like for me, if I just wanted to watch Andy, even if he's not talking the whole time, I can pin him on my screen. So all I see is Andy. But the host can spotlight, meaning they can pick and choose what people see. If you spotlighted the camera, the input from the Blackmagic into the computer, that's what people would see as their primary focus. Now, they could go around and click in the gallery view and see the other participants and stuff, but if you're trying to have a memorial service, you want to have it set so people aren't seeing other people if they're not muted or things like that. So
this is something that they wouldn't need to really use, since it's a single camera on what's going on there, and then you've got the Zoom people. So the moderator, you have the moderator for that camera. They really don't need the ATEM Mini if I wanted to use it in that situation.
I mean, you'd have to use something to get a camera in.
Right. Exactly.
Whether it's an HDMI to USB little dongle, or I use it all the time for Zoom stuff. I mean, I'm using it, like I said, I'm using it right now, just one camera for this. I could switch to the input of my computer, or, whatever else. I've got my other camera plugged into it too, but it's great. It serves a purpose. I've used it for other things professionally, but it's really just a glorified HDMI to USB converter.
Well, okay. So a buddy of mine, Scott Sands, who does radio in Toledo, asked me, he said, he saw my picture of me holding the ATEM Mini that I put on social media. He said, what's better, Loop Deck or the ATEM Mini? I've heard of Loop Deck, but I'm really not sure exactly what its features and functions are, because I've been so accustomed to ATEM Mini because of what you talked about.
Loop Deck looks like it's a...
Is it like Stream Deck? It
is kind of like a Stream Deck, yeah.
I recommended the ATEM Mini.
So if you're using... So just from my quick, B&H photo video grabber, it doesn't look like there's any... It's just you plug it into your computer and you can use it like OBS.
So it's like a hardware OBS solution. Yeah,
it's like a hardware OBS solution. Yeah, it's.
See, like I have Wirecast. I pay for a annual subscription to Wirecast, which is software based. But honestly, if I'm looking at this ATEM Mini, I could do everything with the ATEM Mini, and even integrate it into Wirecast if I wanted to. So that way, I could still use USB cameras that are connected to the computer to bring those in.
So you could, if you wanted to do it, if you wanted to use a third-party software like OBS, you could build scenes within OBS that utilize the Blackmagic Mini, that utilize the USB cameras, and then with a Elgato Stream Deck, use that to switch between the scenes within OBS and treat it like a virtual switcher that's taking different hardware sources.
Got it. All right, we're going to take another quick break. We come back, I'll show something else that I showed on television that I really like. We'll do that when we come back with more of Tech Talk Radio.
Find us on the web at techtalkradio.com.
We'll be right back.
Now, back to Tech Talk Radio.
So we just talked about Elden Ring and the game that just came out. But what else just came out? Justin, did you get yours yet?
The Steam Deck you're talking about?
Yeah, the Steam Deck.
Yeah, remember I told you I canceled my pre-order for my RC car?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Did you get yours?
No, because I did not get one.
He's not getting one. He's got the Nintendo.
I've got the Nintendo. That's fine. So the Steam Deck came out, and we talked about it 2 weeks ago on the show about how iFixit has a breakdown, and they're saying that here's the parts. It's going to all be Valve certified parts. Well, now people are saying, well, it's more difficult than was expected to repair these.
Ooh. Already people repairing them?
I guess.
What?
They're probably not repairing. They're tearing them down and making videos, hoping they'll get some views, right?
Right. Okay. But for those of you who are familiar with the Nintendo Switch, they had a class action lawsuit brought against them for what is dubbed as Joycon Drift. The analog sticks on the Joy-Cons, when you release them, they drift back into place or they drift beyond center, things like that. Users are reporting the same issue with the Steam Deck, where the analog sticks after only a couple days or a couple hours of use are starting to get the same analog drift. There's not much more out there than that because they're so new. But if you were one of the lucky people that live out west, like the Seattle area, Gabe Newell was hand delivering.
Gaben,
Is that his name?
CEO president of Valve.
Right.
Yep,
Oh, Valve.
CEO president of Valve. Yep. Was
Hand delivering
them to people.
What?
It was rumored because only a couple articles had this one Ring video of him coming up, and people were like, "Yeah, it's just one person. It's a hoax." All this stuff. No, there are many people that are now posting their videos of Gabe walking up and delivering your Steam Deck.
I just reading an article right now. Some guy had pre-ordered a Steam Deck, and Gabe came to his house to deliver it. He's like the biggest Steam fan. He wasn't home. His wife took the package and thought it was an Amazon delivery driver. And he was watching on his Ring doorbell going, "No! Gabe, come back!"
He wanted to meet him.
Gabe!
Now, so for those who don't know, Steam Deck, which was announced last year, was supposed to be out in December. The delays, of course, they finally have started to produce them. It's like a handheld gaming unit.
It's like a Switch.
It's like the Nintendo Switch, except you can play your Steam games or most of your Steam games on them. Have they given a rundown of games that won't work? Yeah. Some
won't work. Some are having issues with the Linux operating system and not working properly that it's running. But if you look at the size of this thing, and for those of you who haven't played video games or haven't been in the video game industry in a while, think of the Sega Game Gear.
Yeah,
I remember that.
This is about the same size, except it doesn't run on 16 AA batteries.
Yeah.
How do you charge this thing?
You need a nuclear-powered generator.
You just charge it like you would your Switch or other handheld device. You plug it in, charge it at night when you're not using it.
So, Justin, did you get your $5 back? You did the pre-order.
No, I didn't actually. I never even got the email that said, "Hey, your Steam Deck is available for purchase now."
They might be doing it by region first. They want to get everybody in Seattle theirs.
What? Why? Wait, but Sean, you just said this came out to the public.
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah.
But
why did I not get my pre-order then? Okay, where's my $5, Steam?
They went out and bought themselves.
Valve, are you listening?
They went out and bought themselves a coffee.
Yeah, right.
All right, so Justin, I know that you've had a NAS, Synology.
Yeah, network attached storage. Yes.
All right, and Sean, I don't know. Do you have a storage solution?
I have what's called a JBOD, which is
what?
It's a box that has 4 hard drives in it, and it stands for just a bunch of disks.
You're kidding me, really? JBOD.
No, that's what they're called.
Just a bunch of disks.
My wife says I have a JBOD.
A Japanese bod.
No, a JBOD, Justin bod.
I got an F-bob. That would be a flabby bod.
Yeah.
I found this from Sabrent. Have you guys heard of Sabrent?
Yep.
I'm showing it to the guys on the camera, so if you want to take a look, we'll put the segment on there. It's pretty cool because I like the fact, because some NAS devices, and I don't know if, Justin, how much space yours takes off or the JBOD takes up.
2, 4, 6, 8. I got 8 terabytes. I got 6 usable.
Right. Okay, so this one only fits 2.5-inch drives, and it's about the size of a big coffee cup.
It looks like a Vornado.
Right? So what it does, it has a fan on the top of it, but it's a USB 3.0 4-bay storage device. You take off the top, it's magnetic, which always worries me around hard drives. Yeah, which is kind of strange. But you've got 4 2.5-inch drives, bays that you can put in there.
What, are you talking about solid state or spinny drives?
You could do solid state or spinny that come out of a laptop.
I love how we're just calling them spinny drives now.
Well, it still works.
I'm glad
right?
I keyed that term because you guys have never heard that term.
You were the first one to say spinny.
Took apart a spinny drive, and they're like,
what?
But if you want something for your desktop that doesn't take up a lot of space, I bought this for $69 on Amazon. And again,
but does it come with it? So is it kind of like what Sean's talking about? A JBOD was just a bunch of disks.
Yeah.
You have to plug it in. Does it create its own RAID array? Does it have its own software?
It comes with the software. You could do RAID, different RAID configurations on it if you want. Yeah, and it works with Linux, Mac, and PC as well.
Perfect. Okay, so it's like Synology.
Yeah, I mean, for the price and I like the form factor because my desk has got, now with the
really
ATEM Mini going to be on my desk, it's going to take up more room. So now I have the ability to just put this in the corner, put the drives in there that I have.
Hey,
and have access.
Nobody puts baby in a corner. Okay.
He's watching too many old movies.
What movie was that from, Sean?
Sean, do you know that?
I don't remember.
Oh my god!
How could you not know that? It's one of the giants of the
Patrick
entertainment
Swayze.
business. Yeah, Patrick Swayze.
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Nobody puts baby in a...
Wait,
Wow,
Sean,
he's still
hold on,
looking at me like
hold
a deer
on.
in headlights.
Oh, I've seen Dirty Dancing. I've just not seen it enough to know quotes from it.
Sean, have
Oh.
you seen Roadhouse?
Roadhouse.
Okay, good. I was ready to defriend you right there. I was.
Title of this week's episode right here: Dirty Dancing.
No, because people are thinking something else.
Well, we're talking about it.
That might get us more views.
Yeah, right.
You can link our OnlyFans.
Wait, we have an OnlyFans?
Yeah, we do.
Why was I
now?
invited?
Oh, man.
That would be the most disgusting thing ever.
Yeah, it really would be.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we those are the two products that I showed this week, and I was pretty happy with them. And Sean has answered some questions, about the ATEM Mini. If you want to go back and check that out, Black Magic Design is the company that does it. They put out all kinds.
Amazing company.
Yeah, amazing stuff. Which brings me to the question, Sean, do you have a 3/4-inch video deck at work?
That's like the fifth time you've asked me that. No, I do have some people, though, that I could reach out to that might have them.
Yes.
A couple of the old engineers I've worked for in the past might have a link to them. You know what? I could even ask the University Archives to see if they have one.
If they have one, and you can find some time to get in there, I'll send you the tapes. We got a lot of...
They digitized all my high 8 stuff.
Oh, that would be cool. Now, where do you guys go for? I mean, obviously, you've got a school. Where does somebody go if they want to get this done? Like even videotapes, so VHS tapes. You know,
there is a service that they ship you a shoebox. You toss all your shit in there. Can't say that. Yeah. I
can't
just
believe
rolled right
he
through that
just
one. No, I'm just
said the S word.
He just went there. This is like This is AM radio, Sean. You can't say that kind of stuff.
But just to come out of his angelic mouth is just that's
Sean, how dare
surprises
you?
me.
I thought you were better than that.
nope. It happens to the best of us.
They send you a shoebox. You throw your
Company that will send you
Wait,
a
no.
box.
Oh, wait. Are you
that
thinking? You're thinking of the Cologuard box, right?
not that box.
So they send you a shoebox, and
They send you a box. It's not a shoebox, but that's
Okay.
kind of like normally it's been called that because normally at home you would have all of your tapes in a shoebox because that's what fits the most. You know, if it's pictures, it fits whatever. There is a company called Legacy Box, and they have a website, legacybox.com.
I've heard of
they
them.
have right now, according to the website, they have a sale, $9 per item, whatever that means. It says when you buy 10 or more items. So if you sent in 10 tapes, you could get them for $9 a piece.
Now, I know some of these companies, and I don't know if Legacy does this. You can get them, have them put it on. You have them put it on DVD, or you have them as an MP or an MP4 file, or even they could put it on a flash drive. But they'll sell you the flash drive. You don't send them yours.
So there's 3 ways you can do it: secure thumb drive, digital download, watchable DVD.
All right.
So and it looks, what they digitize. They digitize VHS, VHS-C, mini DV,
Cassette,
high 8, digital 8, micro MV, Betamax, 8mm
Can they
video
just do
cassettes.
straight as like audio cassettes too?
Yep, they do reel-to-reel audio cassettes, micro cassettes, prints, 35mm negatives, 35mm slides, 126mm slides.
I would use them, except I need to get my stuff to you, Andy, because you have a cassette.
I can do
player.
that. Yeah, I can do all that.
But I'm kind of embarrassed because what I want to send Andy is my old air check tapes from when I first started out in radio.
When your voice is up here.
When my voice is up here, and I was like, 96.1 KLPX, Rocks Tucson.
We've got it. We've got to get that narrated on the show. I think that would be great.
Oh, come on.
We need to do a segment of us early in our careers and then compare it to like now, because I've got a ton of good stuff from when I was just getting into news of my old content that I shot and edited.
You mean like the famous one that went viral about the
guy
with
floor?
the party?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, that was well into my career at that point.
Okay.
Oh, you have stuff before that.
Oh, I've got stuff all the way back from 2009.
Well, that's
when I first got into news.
You should hear me the very first time I went on the air. Oh my goodness.
That's what I have on my 3/4-inch tapes is my high school, because I was the movie reviewer at the high school.
Oh,
and for the TV news. So that's what I have on there, and I want to get some of that stuff off of there.
We should totally do like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode where we just like do this and then we just talk over the things and like talk about how bad they are.
You guys want to talk over my old home videos?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Legacy Box is the name of the company. All right, we're going to take another break. We will be back with more of Tech Talk Radio.
And now, back to Tech Talk Radio.
So, the current world events that are happening outside of technology, obviously, we have a major situation with Russia invading Ukraine.
Yeah.
And along with that is people who are trying to scam other people across the world. And a lot of these scams are taking the form of people that are pretending to be Ukrainian, saying, we're being bombed and I have no money. I have no way of accessing. Please send me Bitcoin, or please send me Ethereum, or heck, please send me Western Union cash.
Playing on people's heartstrings.
Yes, they're definitely playing on people's heartstrings. And you got to be extra careful at this time because there's so many people trying to scam other people to gain themselves a couple extra bucks.
I know that Ryan Reynolds and his wife Blake Lively, they've got a campaign going on right now, and there are companies, there are groups, I should say, that will be helping.
Well,
that
also,
are helping.
You can literally donate Vitalik Buterin, the guy that created Ethereum. He's been tweeting out saying, look, here are the legitimate sources where you can send crypto. You can send Ethereum. You can send Bitcoin. You can send them directly to the government of Ukraine. If you wanted to use crypto, you can send the government of Ukraine Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Well, one other thing, though, with this, it is, and I have seen many organizations popping up that are reminding us as citizens here in the United States to be diligent when it comes to what we're clicking on, what we're opening in our attachments when it comes to email. Because of this, and that's one of the facets, sadly, of war is a cyber type of event going on. And the more dummy computers that can be taken over, the bigger the event. And it could affect us here in the United States. So be very careful what you're clicking on as this situation continues to unveil. But again,
don't ever click on any link that you don't know.
Even if you think you know it.
Yeah, even if it's like your energy company texting you a message saying, "Hey, it's your energy company. You have a problem with your bill. Click here to log in and verify." Don't. Just go to your known page on your computer. Don't click on the link on your mobile phone. Go to your computer, do a Google search for your electric company, find their website that way, log in, and make sure that the message is truly within your account. Don't ever click on a random link because they might take you to a page that looks exactly like your utility or your service or whatever you're trying to log into.
Yeah.
Your credit card. It could take you to a page that looks exactly like that. And once you log in with your credentials, bam, you're done.
Don't rely also on your antivirus programs. There's some great ones out there. Don't rely on those to protect you.
Nope.
Use common sense. And sometimes that can save you a whole lot of trouble.
Absolutely.
All right. Hate to end the show on a down note like that, but that wraps it up.
We had a good time, though.
We did. It was a lot of fun. I wanted to mention before we get out of here, though, there is an event Adobe is putting on, and Ryan Reynolds is going to be one of the speakers, happening the 15th through the 17th of this month. It's a free virtual event. Learn more about Adobe, and Ryan will talk about how some of the products that the company has made has really helped him in his creative process. You can check it out at summit.adobe.com. That's it for this week's Tech Talk Radio. Justin, you'll be out next week.
I am. I'm going to be on a business trip, so I'll be in Panama City, Florida.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right.
It's Panama City. There's not much to
I'm
enjoy.
on spring break, but I'm not going anywhere.
All right. We'll be back next week. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeird.
And I'm Justin Lemmy. Have yourselves a great week. See ya.